Welcome to this segment of Principal Truth. I'm your host, Milton Corey. Have you thought about the 10 Commandments? You're probably familiar with the biblical ones. What about the business ones? Here are the 10 Commandments for business success, plus one, which apply, I believe, to all businesses which are successful. Honor thy customer. Thou shalt never lie. Thou shalt never be tardy. Thou shalt provide quality over quantity. Thou shalt listen first, then speak. Thou shalt be open-minded to ideas. Thou shalt take responsibility. Thou shalt make mistakes. Thou shalt prepare proper documents. Thou shalt target a market. And the 11th commandment, treat everyone as you would be treated. Here is the Principal Truth understanding of the 11 commandments of business. Commandment number 1, honor thy customer. Remember that you structured your business to attract your customer. So regardless of what they want or what their demands may be or the mood they happen to be in, you must honor them and treat them with respect. Commandment number 2 of business, thou shalt never lie. I learned a long time ago, and I'm sure many other people have, that if you lie, you have difficulty because you cannot remember what you said. If you tell the truth, two things will happen. Number one, you'll never have a problem remembering really what you said because you can always prove it, provided, of course, if you always document things that you agree to do or provide for your customer. And number two, people will pick up on this and have a much greater level of trust and respect for you. Thou shalt never be tardy. Now, what does that mean? What it means is when you make an agreement with somebody, when you make an appointment, when you say that at such and such a time you're going to be somewhere, you have to be there. Why? Because when you make that agreement with someone, you're making a contract with them. And if you don't show up on time without a good excuse, you've broken the contract. So if you're going to be late for an appointment, best thing to do is at the moment in time when you're supposed to be there, you call the person and you say, I'm really sorry, I'm stuck in traffic or whatever. People will respect that. But you must do what you say you're going to do. So being on time for agreed to appointments projects both professionalism and respect for your customer. Thou shalt provide quality over quantity. Of course you want to succeed in the business that you're in or the business you're working for. So whatever you do, whether you're providing cleaning or you're a wordsmith or you manufacture a product, you must provide quality. You can always charge more for quality, and people who cut you on prices, well, what happens is people will go away and try a cheaper product when they discover that it's not quality. So remember to provide quality in whatever you do. In the long run, it will pay off for you because you will breed customer loyalty. Thou shalt listen first and then speak. People love to talk about themselves. A little key thing here with people is you need to listen to them. To get them started, all you need to do is ask them a question about themselves, and they will start to talk. And as they do, you will learn a great deal about them, and you will learn the best possible way to make them a long-term customer. Again, ask the question and then listen carefully. It requires a little patience, but it will pay off. It will pay dividends in customer loyalty. Thou shalt be open-minded to new ideas. Technology is moving so fast and knowledge is increasing so rapidly. I heard yesterday, according to the Discovery Channel, that 50% of all the world's technical knowledge has been developed in the last 20 years. It's absolutely incredible because knowledge is developing exponentially, faster and faster and faster. So you need to be open to new ideas, because if you're not open to new ideas, your competitors will, and you will end up standing on the corner wondering how come you missed the bus. So be open-minded to new ideas and look at them very carefully. It will pay for you to do so. This is the commandment that you should pay very, very close attention to. Thou shalt take responsibility. In this day and age, people seem to have a tendency to try to cast blame somewhere else other than on their shoulders. If you want to be successful in business or in your job and something goes wrong, take responsibility for it. People will have a great deal of respect for you. There was a president named Harry Truman, and whether you agreed or your family agreed with his political aspects, there was one thing he did that created a great deal of respect even in the real naysayers of him. There was a sign on Harry Truman's desk, a sign that said, "The buck stops here." And he meant it. So take a lesson from an old politician and take responsibility regardless of whether it's your fault or not. When people come to your business or they come to you for something specifically to be done and it goes wrong, if you take responsibility for it and then get it resolved, people will have a lot more respect for you and it'll go a long way toward building your position or building your business. So take responsibility, do not cast blame, and you'll be amazed at the responses people have. Here's another one that requires character to accept. Thou shalt make mistakes. Now understand, no one is perfect. And to the best of our knowledge, there was only one person who ever lived on this earth who never made a mistake. When it comes to the reality of life, accept the fact that you will make mistakes and admit them. Again, it goes a long way toward building your credibility in your job position or in your position with your business and your customers. Here's a business commandment that many people forget to do. Well, it's very, very, very important. It is, thou shalt prepare documents. And if you don't know how to prepare documents when you're doing a contract with someone, make sure that you have the right type of documentation. In this day and age with the internet and organizations like LegalZoom, it's easy to get the right documentation at a price you can well afford. And believe me, having things documented in the long run is absolutely critical, because when it comes down to a disagreement, the document/agreement must be carefully prepared and then duly executed. In other words, signed by all parties. It takes you a long, long way closer to resolving things without any major difficulty. So, thou shalt prepare documents. Absolutely critical to you and the success and the protection of your business and your job position. Thou shalt target a market. Now, it's difficult for me to give an example that will fit all of you. But let's say, for example, that you happen to be a writer and you have a particular interest in one area. Let's say that you're a writer but you really enjoy baseball. Well, then maybe you need to focus yourself in that area. Or if you happen to be a carpenter with skill in the area of cabinet making, then you need to focus in that area. In other words, you can't be all things to all people, and to be successful in this day and age with so much competition out there, you must target a specific market that you're going to service and build a reputation for being the best at what you do in that specific area. That will be a magnet and will draw customers to you. Well, we've covered the 10 commandments of business. Thou shalt honor thy customer. Thou shalt never lie. Thou shalt never be tardy. Thou shalt provide quality over quantity. Thou shalt listen first and then speak. Thou shalt be open-minded to ideas. Thou shalt take responsibility. Thou shalt make mistakes. Thou shalt prepare documents, and thou shalt target a market. And here's the final one, the 11th business commandment. Thou shalt treat everyone as you would be treated. If you do so, the likelihood of your success is much greater than if you don't treat people the way you prefer to be treated. In helping you with Principal Truth and going through these different things, if you'd like further information on choosing a business market or whatever, please go to our website, which is principaltruth.net. My name is Milton Corey, and this is Principal Truth, where you can come anytime you wish, 24 hours a day, to get information about business, economics, yourself, and whatever it happens to be that has something to do with entrepreneurship and our great country.